it's over. Do you need anything like I need you? I've got no place to wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. About you, I would never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. This is it, I'm tired of explaining. It's too late because everyone is waiting. That's great, so why are you complaining? You're on blue. If I'm unsure, will anybody notice? It's my fault because I love you on purpose. I'm insecure or just a little nervous. You're on blue. Who knows you're on blue? When every bruise looks good on you. What's up? Tell me who knows you're on blue. When every bruise
bruise looks good on you.
You found out that nobody is perfect, and you doubt that
Anything is worth it.
look around.
The world is a circus, you're on blue.
So provoking, I forgot to mention. Are you joking? I need some attention, and nothing's working to change your direction.
You're on blue. Who knows you're on blue? When every bruise looks good on you. What is up?
You're on blue.
Dude,
When every
Election
bruise,
Tuesday,
bruise,
boss.
bruise looks good on you. Why won't you hold my hand?
Are you gonna deny this?
Do the best you can. I haven't got a plan.
Yo, yo, but I'm gonna survive this.
That's just who I am.
You're on blue. All right, guys, get ready.
When you're on blue, you keep everything inside of you. You try to play it cool. Sometimes you gotta break the rules.
I don't know.
Why you are confused.
All you need is a little bit of attitude.
Yeah. This is it. I'm tired of explaining. It's too late because everyone is waiting.
That's great. So why are you complaining? You're on blue.
If I'm unsure,
Will anybody notice?
it's my fault
Because I love you on purpose.
I'm insecure or
Just a little nervous. You're on blue. Blue. Yeah, yeah, let's go. Yes, Massie lost.
starting to enjoy the view. I'm all about the attitude.
Knows you're on blue. When every bruise looks good on you. Tell me who.
Knows you're on blue.
When every bruise looks good on you. Ah. All right. All right. Dude, Election Tuesday. Crazy fucking Tuesday, right? Bro. And again, though, again, you know what fucking bothered me, boss? Was like, I mean, crazy how much money got spent. Okay, like $32 million on the race in Kentucky. And you know, dude, what was that noise? Huh. That was weird. That was weird. Did you hear that? I heard like, I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was coming from my phone or what. Weird. All right. But got a ghost? Dude, I hope so. We need a ghost. We're down with the ghost. But $32 million spent on that race, right? Insane amount of money. But what gets me about it, guys, is AIPAC's behavior after the race. Okay? You know what I mean? That is what gets me about this, is that it's not so much that like, okay, whatever, they're spending this insane amount of money to win this race, but look at what they do afterwards. Okay, after they win the race, they post, okay, look at this shit. What do they post? They posted this thing right here where they said, right here, So somebody posted this about how 𝗙𝗙𝗽𝗚 took 15.5 million from Israel, and that's not counting like the Trump super PAC spending. So it's like 32 million spent here. But they say pro-Israel Americans are proud to help defeat anti-Israel candidates. Being pro-Israel is good policy and good politics. Well, like, dude, what does being pro-Israel, like, what is that good policy? What does that get America? Being pro-Israel, what do we get out of it? I mean, right now we're getting like, you know, insane gas prices and the price of everything in America being jacked up. But what the fuck is this shit? Good policy and good politics, right? And it's just so weird, right? Because why would Israel's lobby need to spend $30 million in Kentucky? Do they own farmland in Kentucky? No. Do they own businesses in Kentucky? No. Is there anything, does Kentucky do some sort of like specific business with Israel? No, they don't. So I mean, what is this about? Right? It's about, they're trying to send a message? I mean, we know they purchased a puppet, but are they, you know, what benefit, like, I'm trying to see what their benefit is. I mean, I presume it's message sending. And obviously, though, some of it is connected to Epstein. But it's definitely message sending that if you like go against the religious lobby, if you go against the AIPAC lobby, we will replace you. You know? But the thing that's crazy is looking at the ages. If you look at the age, this is where it's crazy. Okay? Look at the fucking everybody 56 and over voted for the Trump guy. Everybody under 56 voted for Massie and we're like, you know, fuck this AIPAC shit. But that's wild. It's wild, though, you know what's wild to me, guys? What's wild to me is they couldn't summon enough voters from this. You know what I'm saying? I'm crazy that they couldn't summon enough voters. I think it's crazy they couldn't summon enough voters from 17 to 55 to overtake the amount of voters 56 and over. Isn't that wild? I mean, how old are the fucking people in Kentucky, bro? Right? You know what I'm saying? Seriously. So let's see. Dude, this is, I mean, it seems weird, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, you have 13, 25, 28. It's like less than 30% of the population. I guess just, I don't know, low turnout. I mean, the turnout was pretty low, okay? It was pretty low. We look at the primary results. The turnout was a total of, it looks like, at 104,000, 105,000 voters. Crazy, huh? Dude, that's nuts, boss. 105,000. I wonder how many people voted in 2024 in, let's see how many voted Republican in 2024. So look at that, dude. In Kentucky in 2024, 1.3 million voters voted Republican in the presidential election. 2 million voters total. Dude, 104,000. Oh, that's just the 4th district. Hold on, sorry. It's just one district. I got to look at Massie's 2024. Yeah, let's look at the 4th. There we go. It was not a statewide election, right? It was, dude. All right, so Massie in District 4, he won with 278,000. Okay, 278,000 guys, and so 300,000. So like 30% of a turnout compared to like the last election. Yeah, that's like pretty low, man. Pretty fucking low, isn't it? Isn't that crazy? But now, let me just say this, guys. You ready? So, to me, this is not a huge, I don't think it affects us really on as far as like the Democratic Party goes. Honestly, I don't think it does because Massie voted with Trump 90% of the time. Okay, this guy was not voting with the Democrats. Thomas Massie was not on our side in any way. Kentucky is a disaster. Okay, Kentucky 4. Let's see where it is. It's the Cincinnati. It's top side. Cincinnati. The Cincinnati side. Covington and stretching across from Louisville off over the top part of the state. So Covington in the top part. You know, so guys, for me, I personally I don't really care about the fact that, you know, Massie lost because it doesn't affect, you know, the Democratic coalition at all. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. I do think it speaks volumes, though, guys, because why did Israel sink $30 million into this race? It's not like Massie was this huge anti-Israel leader. I mean, they do want to send a message. If you resist Trump, we're going to fucking remove you, right? I mean, they're definitely sending a message, but I still feel like this is connected to the Epstein files because basically every single person in the Republican Party that either held Trump accountable for J6 or was actively involved in the Epstein files has now gotten, you know, primaried. The only reason Lauren Boebert hasn't been primaried is because it was too late, okay? It was too late. She kind of rode the fence, and so that's wild, too. And, I mean, is it any coincidence that the AIPAC lobby is funding all of the people that are primarying people who got the Epstein files released? Dude, it's pretty gnarly. Pretty gnarly. But this, though, this is going to be a problem for the Republicans moving forward right here. The fact that the youth vote is pretty hugely, like, different than, like, this is the Trump vote, okay? And this is the youth vote. Now, what do you notice about the Trump vote, guys? I don't know if you notice this. I'm sure you do. But everybody who was alive during segregation and fine with it happens to still be voting for Trump. Coincidence? I think not. Isn't that wild? Yeah, it's like the old racist white shitters are the ones that are still on the Trump bandwagon. Anybody who's like, you know, lived in the South in the 60s and 50s, they love that Trump guy. The rednecks. Indianapolis has become expensive. Everywhere's expensive, boss. Everywhere's expensive. This is the guy, though, dude. Look at him, bro. Jesus. Who the fuck is this guy, bro? He's like 100. Dude, I mean, the good news is I'm not sure he's going to live to complete his term, dude. Oh, Jen, I will say this, okay? I played a bunch in Covington. I played in Bowling Green. I have driven like up, down, and sideways through Kentucky. Kentucky is really crazy, guys. It is really racist, and it is really like insanely religious. I mean, insanely religious, like really, really, really deeply religious. And a lot of those small towns are like super backwoods. You know, like they're still reading, you know, mailers they receive, right? They're the people that get a stack of mailers in their mailbox, like those cardboard mailers and shit, and they like read them. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, honey, check this out. It's a mailer. Look at this. It's got 9 different fonts on it. It's so exciting. Honey, put down the grits. Come in here. Look at this mailer. Isn't this thing beautiful? It's got 9 different kinds of letters on it. Look at that. Every sentence is in a different looking letter. Ain't that a beaut? Dude. I shit you not. Dude. Honey, get my teeth. Bring me my teeth. I'm going to have some pork rinds. Meemaw. Dude, where's Meemaw? Dude. Dude, I mean, I don't mean to make jokes, but they're the people voting for this guy over here. Galrin. All right. There it is. There it is. Oh shit, dude. So yeah, that's interesting, man. That is interesting shit. So Massie is done. Okay, now what's crazy is now, you know, other people are going to get targeted, guys. Think about this. Lauren Boebert, she's next. She is next, guys. Lauren Boebert, I would be willing, it'll be interesting to see how she tries to wriggle her way out of this, right? I wonder what's going to happen now. Is Lauren Boebert, because she's not going to get primaried now because it's too late. But what are they going to do in 2030, right? Or, 2028, right? You got to figure that she will probably do a Nancy Mace, right? Because you may have noticed Nancy Mace has become like the Trump cheerleader. You have family from Eastern Kentucky, they're over this bullshit. Dude. Right? So this is funny though, right here. Okay? Is this woman right here, Christine Drazan? She's she's running for governor again, but like, let me just show you guys the Oregon primary And I'll show you why we don't worry too much in Oregon. But we're going to look at some of these. So here's the Oregon primary election. So here's why we don't worry, okay? Is if you look at the governor race, okay? So Christine Drazan wins, right? Right? But it's like, even in a low turnout, right? Even in a low turnout where there was nobody was really challenging Kotek. She was the incumbent. And 300,000 people showed up to vote for a basically unchallenged incumbent, right? You know what I mean? So that is, and that's only 2/3 of the votes in. So, and these guys, it's going to be real hard. I don't think a Republican governor can win here in Oregon, right? I honestly don't. But Drazan is really annoying. See what our it'd be real hard for somebody to win here the governor race in Oregon. Oh my God. Come on, dude. Give me a fucking break, dude. You fucking idiot. Come on, bro. Why didn't that Wikipedia page show up? You see what they're doing? Did you see that, guys? When you type Oregon governor race in 2024, it doesn't come up. It's like they have nixed. They have made Google, right, to where it doesn't show you the Oregon. You have to type gubernatorial. Bro, they are fucking with this shit with the search engines, making them useless, guys. Right? The Wikipedia page should show up when you type Oregon governor's race. The Wikipedia page for the gubernatorial thing should fucking show up. Oh, that's why. It was 2022. But yeah, look at that. So, dude, even with a third-party candidate, there was still almost 100,000, right, more blue voters. Yeah, dude, they're fucking up. I feel like they're fucking around with search results. They want you to use their AI, guys. I don't like that shit. I don't like how they're trying to force you to use their AI, where it's real easy to sort of change the way information is presented. Can I just tell you? It's crazy. So what I will do, guys, is sometimes if I'm not sure what I'm going to name my video, I will take a transcript of my YouTube video and I will upload it to Grok or ChatGPT, and I will ask the AI to summarize it and look for words that are thematic words, right? And it's really interesting because Grok will always have a right-wing slant. Grok will look at my video transcript and say that there's a left-wing person is triggered about Donald Trump's behavior. That's literally what it says. When I say, hey, look at this transcript and summarize it, it says a left-leaning political commentator is triggered by Donald Trump, right? Dude, that's what they fucking do, man. Like Grok is absolutely slanted so hard. And I don't know if you saw this, guys, but we're going to look at some of this shit. We're going to look at their lies about the trans shooters. But yeah, so 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃𝗄𝗧, she won again, okay? And oh, it looks like there's some fucking it looks like there's some drama. Uh-oh, dude. 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃𝗄𝗧 used an illegal text campaign. Drama, guys. Dude, 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃𝗄𝗧 she's insane, boss. Dude, look at her eyes. She drank like 5 Bibles this morning for breakfast, dude. She did. She had a lot of Bibles this morning. She's on a 12 Bible a day diet. All right, let's look at her fucking dumbass. That's not her. There she is. Dude, she's on a 12 Bible a day. Dude, 12 Bibles a day, boss. All white people in her commercials diet. An all white commercial 12 Bible a day diet. Yo. Trump Bibles. Yeah, what's up? Political punk here. All right, so I'm going to need, let's see, what's 12 times 365? It's like 3,650 plus 730. So you get some extras. I'm going to need 4,400 Trump Bibles delivered to 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃𝗄𝗧's house. All right? Because, yeah, no, she's got to slam like 12 of those up her ass every day. All right? And I'm going to need, why don't you send RFK Jr. over there too? All right? He can be the slammer. All right? And make sure you have like a year's supply of raccoon penis. Okay? So we can't have RFK getting hungry. All right? All right. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Dude. Oh, shit. 4,400 Trump Bibles, dude, and a year's supply of raccoon penis, and we are good to go. Dude. Dude, look at what she says, though. She's going to cut taxes and lower the cost of living, unleash our economy, end homelessness, reunite families, make homeownership a reality, fix our schools, and cut wasteful spending. And guys, she's going to do all that with no money, right? She's going to cut taxes and get rid of all of the state's money and then just fix everything, boss. It's so believable, isn't it? I mean, isn't it believable? Like, seriously, is Harry Potter and fucking, right? Harry Potter and Hermione are going to show up and do some 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃𝗄𝗧 or whatever? Like, bro, what the hell, dude? Hi, I'm going to get rid of all your income and I'm going to make everything cheaper and I'm going to shove a Bible up your ass. All right. Dude, I saw somebody call for the dance party goal. Let's go. We're in. Dude, now more than ever, baby. Yeah, so anyway, though, to go back to the Massie. All right, if we go back to the Massie primary. Okay. We go back to the Gowron-Massie primary. It's about a $10,000 vote difference. Again, for us as Democrats, this does not have a lot of impact on us. Okay. Massie was not on our side. He was still a staunch conservative. He was 90% Trump voter. I think the biggest problem here is the messaging is now everyone is going to be afraid to go against Trump and the, you know, the Israel lobby. That's the big thing here. Bring it, LFG. Okay? That is right. That is the big issue that we're going to have is nobody is going to stand up to Trump now. Nobody. Like Trump could start graping children in the streets of DC, and all those Republican guys are going to do the Mike Johnson and be like, I haven't heard that. I haven't seen it. Sorry, no comment. Methylene blue, raccoon ween, raw milk. Oh, Lordy, let's go, Ella. Right? Nobody, dude, nobody is gonna get, nobody's gonna get in Trump's way. Now, obviously, guys, there are people that are concerned that Trump has primaried everybody who's opposed him. The AIPAC lobby, Miriam Adelson firmly in his corner, Elon's money firmly in his corner. So they have like endless financial resources. Military, like outposts, hospital, and whatever bunker being built under the White House. A $1.7 billion slush fund for J6 people or anyone who files a claim that Trump supposedly is going to have authorization of who to pay with it. So in theory, people are thinking he's going to pay off his Proud Boy, Oath Keeper, whatever, benefactors, keep them armed and loyal. So now, yes, people are wondering, well, what's going to happen if he tries to not leave? Right? What's going to happen if he tries to not leave? Like, who would stop him? Who would stop him if he has, you know, an armed militia like tuned with $1.7 billion and he controls the military and he's hidden in a bunker underneath the White House? I mean, we do have to think like, all right, what would we do at that point? Now, I just hope that blue states are preparing some type of contingency plan. Okay? I do hope that they are thinking about it, maybe even talking to some world leaders. I mean, if I was, you know, Gavin Newsom and, you know, fucking, you know, Gretchen Whitmer and, you know, Tina Kotek and Governor of Washington and, right? And, you know, Tony Evers and, you know what I'm saying? If I were these people, I don't know when Evers' term is up. I don't know if it's up in 26 or 28. But certainly Gavin Newsom and Josh Shapiro and Pritzker and everybody from a blue state, Hochul, I hope they're like in a signal chat somewhere, you know, like figuring out, talking to Canada, talking to 𝗙cie𝗶𝗽𝗀. I mean, I think it's realistic that we have a plan, guys. I do. I think it's realistic because his behavior is fucking, you know, is suspect. You know what I mean? That is secure without reporters invited. I believe it is. Dude, do not invite the reporter to the signal chat. Oh shit, boss. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'm pretty depressed. And you know why I'm a little depressed about this? Again, not that I care that Massie lost, but what bothers me is this shit, dude. You ready? It's the gloating, dude. Right? Because all of these fucking MAGA shitters are posting this shit like, you know, right, I was informed MAGA is dead, right? So now I mean, this isn't even really directed at us. This is like, you know, they're now the right wing, the 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃 right. Look at that. I was informed MAGA is dead by the 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃 right. Yet tonight, Thomas Massie was defeated in a landslide. I mean, dude, he was defeated by 10,000 votes, guys. Okay? 10,000 votes is what he was defeated by. Now, maybe, I don't know, maybe 𝗙𝗟𝗏 loses, okay? Maybe 𝗙𝗟𝗏 loses. Who is 𝗙𝗟𝗏's Democratic opponent? Let's see. So we have 𝗙𝗟𝗏 and Massie in the fourth. And so we have 𝗙𝗟𝗏𝗧𝗏 won in, you know, she won for the Democratic Party. So I don't know. Maybe 𝗙𝗟𝗏 has a shot. Who knows? Right? Maybe some of those people, dude, I like the name, dude. What if they lost? What if they lost? Right? Dude, I like the vibes, bro. Let's go. Dude, I'm liking the vibes. Dude, maybe she beats 𝗙𝗟𝗏. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Massie's voters voted for her? Do you think Massie will campaign for 𝗙𝗟𝗏? I mean, maybe the young people, maybe she runs on a like anti-AIPAC platform and a like, right? Dude, you never know, man. You never know. You never know. Like, anything is possible. Anything is possible. I just know this, though. Watching these fuckers gloat and just fill the thing and, you know, saying Massie was defeated in a landslide, it was like 9,000 votes. So, right? Yeah, dude, it costs $30 million. Yeah, that's a lot of money. You know, there's a lot of money. But look at 𝗫𝗍, guys. We do have to talk about 𝗫𝗍. Look at him, bro. Tell me, dude, 𝗫𝗍's looking like a Nazi. Look at him. Doesn't he look like a fucking Hitler Youth? He looks like he's 60-year-old fucking Nazi warrior, dude. Watch this.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thomas Massie has lost in a landslide defeat to Ed Gallerine, who is now the Republican candidate for the Trump plus 40 district.
He's not going to show the vote totals.
It's over. One of the most insufferable members of Congress, somebody who has annoyed me till kingdom come, and I'll show you why. Again, this has now been officially called decision.
Dude, what, did Massie refuse his advances? Why is he so annoyed by Massie? Dude, he's annoyed me to no end. I now have aged 40 years in the last month. I now look like a 70-year-old Nazi, right? Because of Thomas Massie.
Desk headquarters has called this decision made tonight at 7:41 p.m., approximately 1 hour after the polls closed. It's over. Thomas Massie can now go onto the speaking circuit for failed libertarians. And let me explain why this is nothing personal against Thomas Massie, as everybody tries to make this so personal. It has to do with practicality. It has to do with the reality of wanting to win. I want to win. I have a family. I have children. I want the Republican Party to win. I want Trump to win. Thomas Massie doesn't. Let me explain really quickly here why this is a good thing.
Look at 𝗫𝗍.
This is Thomas Massie's Kentucky 4th Congressional District. Trump won it by 40 points. Let me repeat that. Trump won it by nearly 40 points. This is one of the strongest Trump districts in the entire country. Thomas Massie represents it. Yet Thomas Massie refuses to vote with President Trump or for President Trump's administration.
He voted with Trump 90% of the time, guys.
Their accomplishments, any of their major...
Dude, and look at this, though. He voted fucking 90% with Trump.
Administration agenda items Thomas Massie is constantly against. This is something that has been exposed by President Trump himself, by J.D. Vance, by Stephen Miller. It doesn't matter what it is. If Republicans need Thomas Massie on a vote, Thomas Massie will play the Democrat. Thomas Massie votes with Democrats 1 out of every 4 votes. That makes him the most Democrat member of the Republican caucus.
Dude, he does not vote with the Democrats, dude.
He should just man up and switch parties and then try and run in a Trump plus 40 district. He'd never dare. He'd rather go on TV and say that President Trump's administration is the Epstein administration.
Still in with the Epstein class. This is the Epstein administration, and they're attacking me for trying to get these files released.
Dude, isn't it weird though, guys? Oh shit. Dude, why does Benny look like he's 100 years old, dude? Seriously. Hold on, dude. He looks so old, man. Something's going on with Benny, dude. He's been shopping at old Nazi. Dude, he is not aging well. I'm serious. There's something going on with Benny where he's literally, I mean, I see a lot of Benny content because unfortunately being a left-wing content creator, we're constantly monitoring all these right-wing guys. But I am telling you, dude, Benny has aged more in the last year. I mean, it could be the pressure of Trump. It could be the fact that his sexuality is getting out there, right? Right? It could be that they've closed up all the old Nazi locations in Florida, and now he has to drive to like Alabama to find an old Nazi so he can buy his fucking shitty ass sweatshirts. Cause dude, he shops at old Nazi, bro. It could be that him watching his wife's ravenous mossy bank get infiltrated over and over and over again is finally taking its toll on him. I mean, I know one thing he had recently that had to fuck him up pretty bad is he was posting, I don't know if you guys saw this, okay, but like, let me just take you through the Bennyism here, okay? Because he did have a rather traumatic event happen to him, guys, okay? So look at this, all right? So Benny... So let's find it. Oh, I think he deleted it. Yeah, I think he deleted it. So he had made a big deal about 5 kids in 5 years. All right. Oh, here it is. Okay, so what he had done, guys, is he has 4 children. And not that long ago, he took some photos with this boy holding a sonogram, this long sonogram, and Benny was like 5 kids in 5 years. And Benny was basically bragging about how virile and like, you know, he's just cranking out a kid every year, which is like, guys, having a kid every year, 5 years in a row, that wrecks a woman's body. That is like insane, right? And so what ended up happening though is she had a miscarriage. And then Benny, like, he had made a big deal promoting the 5 kids in 5 years. And everyone was like, dude, what is up with your wife's body? That's so not healthy. And then she had a miscarriage. And so he took the post down and they just didn't talk anything about it. But I know for a fact that had to really fuck their family up, because anybody having a miscarriage, it's like pretty traumatic. It is really traumatic, okay? But for a woman to have a kid every year, 5 years in a row, is like, it's tantamount to fucking torturing her. Okay, that is so bad for a woman's body like, she has a really good chance at dying during childbirth when you do that shit. They need some time. You may be able to have 2 back-to-back, but, like, you need to take, like, 2 years at least after that. But so anyway, I think some of that has really sort of taken its toll on the man because he is so public about this, this child rearing fucking situation.
And again, I'm going to say President Trump has not been accused of anything criminal here.
When you have to be corrected by the fake news corporate media that Donald Trump has sued, Donald Trump settled out of court for like $30 million from ABC News, and you have to be corrected on that. It's pathetic. You're calling Trump's administration the Epstein administration. Stephen Miller taking Thomas Massie to the Woodhouse, explaining exactly what Thomas Massie actually stands for. The architect.
Very important subject.
This is the architect of MAGA. This is the architect of President Trump's policies, right, in the White House. The accomplishments of President Trump in the White House is from Stephen Miller. He never does videos like this. Listen.
This is how Tom Massie betrayed America, betrayed you, and betrayed your children. The single most...
Dude, what is going on with Benny's face, bro? Dude, look at him. He's like, dude, what is Benny watching, dude? Is he watching heterosexual adult content or what? Look at that face, dude. Dude, he's like, I think he's watching his wife get banged by some of Donald Trump's fucking casino buddies.
The most important issue affecting the future of our country is ending the mass third world invasion of America and reversing that invasion. And on the most important issue, on the most important vote, on the most important bill, on the most important day, Tom Massie sided with every House Democrat, every Senate Democrat, Hakeem Jeffries, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer against President Trump, against the American people, and against you and your family. When the time came to vote for President Trump's signature border security and immigration enforcement bill, the bill to provide record funding for ICE and Border Patrol.
Dude, these guys are such clowns, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I can't even watch them. Who watches this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about this. You ready? All right. You know how, like, there are people, okay? You know how we look at Barack Obama and are like, wow, he's just such a fucking guy, right? Like, what a fucking dude. Or we watch Mamdani speak, and we're like, God damn, dude, Mamdani is like, what a great dude, right? There are people who watch this fucking clown right here, Stephen Miller, penis head. They watch him, and they're like, yeah, more. Like, how mentally warped do you have to be to watch Stephen Miller and get, like, pumped? Dude, seriously, who? Show me. I want to see these people. I want to see their browser histories, boss. I'm serious. I want to do a deep dive on their browser histories to see what they are into that is warping their mind to make them, like, listen to this guy. Bro, you might not. I mean, maybe I'd have to clean out mine eyes, dear Lord. Oh, dude, right? I'd probably be forever damaged. The amount of CSAM in there is probably bad. All right. But there you go. There it is. Oh, look at that, dude. In the early thing, there was like a 5,000 vote difference, boss. That's crazy. All right, but here we go. This is the thing, though, that they're pissed about.
Senate Republican leadership and John Thune refusing to fight at all for the Save America Act will be seen as the dumbest political decision and the largest betrayal of the Republican base in my lifetime.
Now,
this is a high bar to...
I will say that, like, Thune, like, realizing he doesn't have the votes for the SAVE Act and him not being willing to, you know, dismantle the government in order to, you know, allow Trump to forever make it so people can't vote. There's a possibility, you know, we'll have to see how this plays out, but there is a possibility that John Thune is going to be in the history books of the guy who, like, saved us from being full Nazi, a full Nazi country. You know what I mean? He may be the guy that is in the book that was like, yeah, there was one Republican who was the leader of the Senate who just, like, refused to gut all of the Senate procedures, you know? And I mean, he may be the dude that everybody's reading about in the history books. He might, because there are people like Mike Lee and people like all of these, you know, MAGA shitters have been hard on him. They're threatening to, like, you know, primary him. They're threatening to undercut him. They're threatening to remove him as leader. I mean, there's just every attack in the book you can think of, people publicly dragging his name, wanting him to just blow up the Senate rules in order to force the SAVE Act. Because Thune is right. They don't have the votes. They can't make it a reconciliation. The only way they could do it would be to, like, gut the fucking, you know, they would have to gut all of the Senate procedures and blow up the filibuster. But, you know, that might not even be as simple as it seems. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but he may be the guy. He may be the guy in the record books. I mean, I think we've beaten it, at least for the 2026 cycle. I don't think they're going to have time, you know. Do we have a Russian troll? All right, yeah, we'll find the troll, right? But all right, we have 6 minutes. Let's get the dance party, boss. Who's the troll? Six minutes. Oh, I see. Dude. What the fuck, dude? What is that? That's so weird, boss. Dude, I don't know what that is. Dude, Pine Box Dance Party, let's go. Dude, 26. We got this. Easy peasy, dude. 26 and 6. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, let's go. Are we going to get a BAMP DDR situation? I hope so, Elf. Dude, that's what we're counting on, boss. We're counting on some big BAMP DDR, but we got a ways to go. 25 and 5, guys. Let's go. We can get it. I believe. And then we're going to zip in. I saw somebody put in there, dude, Chris Rabb did win in Pennsylvania. So there like some DSA. There was big DSA win tonight. And that was not a primary. That was the actual race, guys. Okay? Pennsylvania's 3rd congressional district. That was an actual fucking, right? That was the, it was the primary. Oh, I thought it was the actual race. I thought it was a special election. My bad. But he won convincingly, though, right? That's fucking good right there, dude. Look at that, 44%. That's significant. So the winner is probably going to win in November. It's the Philadelphia district. That's big. Okay, that's a progressive right there, right? It's a DSA person. That's a big move right there, guys. right? So there are some, you know, there were some bright spots. I don't know why I thought this was a special election, that I thought it was the actual fucking thing. All right. We're looking around and looking at the fucking Ossoff was uncontested. So it looks like it's going to be Keisha Lance Bottoms versus Burt Jones. Right? Look at that, though, dude. I mean, if you look at it, 95% of the vote in. If you look at it, though, look at that. More people voted in the Democratic Georgia primary than the Republican. I mean, I think some of that is significant. I feel like the Republican turnout has been pretty low. 3 minutes, guys. Let's go. 25-3, baby. Alabama. Dude, Tommy Tuberville is going to be the governor of Alabama. Holy shit, boss. That is fucking... Dude, I don't know. Maybe Doug Jones beats him. Dude, can you imagine Tuberville being the governor of Alabama? Like, holy shit. What in the Ku Klux Klan? 2 minutes, guys. Two minutes. Oh, we're getting cooked, boss. We're gonna have to fucking reset. Dude, what in the Ku Klux Klan is going on in Alabama? Fucking brutal, dude. Shit is brutality. Dude, he is a mess, boss. Tuberville. What an absolute disaster. Yeah, Alabama's tough. I was in this like gaming thing where a whole bunch of us like lived together for a while, and there was a woman from Alabama. She was like a Christian woman from Alabama. And like, dude, she was so annoying, bro. Dude, people from Alabama, white Christians from Alabama are the fucking worst, bro. They are. They are so bad, dude. Dude. They're like, I just cannot handle screams LFG and Paula. Let's go. Dude, white Christians from Alabama, dude, are bottom of the barrel. Felicia, LFG, let's go. Got 1 minute left. Let's go. We're gonna reset. We're gonna reset. 1 minute. Let's hit it. All we need is 23. Dude, we could do that in 40 seconds. That's really, right? All we need, 23 and 40 seconds. That's like 2 a second. It's one every 2 seconds. We got this. Easy. Easy. White Christians from Mississippi are the worst. Yeah, I mean, I imagine they're right next to, right? They're probably, it's a lateral move there. White, like, you know. So yeah, no, Paxton, like, so Paxton got the endorsement. Okay. Oh shit, dude. Oh, that's before the runoff. This is from the 9th. So yeah, this is going to be interesting, right? When is the Texas primary? It's like next week. So there's a big one. Texas is next Tuesday. That's going to be big, guys. Next Tuesday. Huge. Okay, Texas. It's Cornyn versus Paxton. Trump has endorsed Paxton. I'm telling you right now, guys, if Paxton wins, I think 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗀 wins Texas. I shit you not. DL, let's go. I think if Paxton wins the Republican primary, I think there's a shot that 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗀 wins that Senate seat, man. You know, I don't know. I think there's a shot, dude. LFG punks, let's go. Keep JD away from UK politics. Dude, we're trying to keep JD away from everything. All right, let's reset the goal. All right, we're going to go 15 minutes. There it is. We missed the first one. Dude, Texans are always racist. Dude, yeah, but the Senate, though, guys, the Senate is not a map. The Senate is a state. You know what I'm saying? The Senate is no maps. It's no gerrymander. It's a full state Senate seat. So the Senate, there is still there's still a chance, boss. Right? I mean, you would have to have a high turnout and, you know, discourage voter base. I mean, the economy is brutal, okay? And I think just because, you know, whatever, 10,000 more people voted for Massie tonight in Louisiana, in Kentucky, in the 4th district in Kentucky. I don't know that that's going to lead to a powerful turnout in November. You know, the economy sucks, right? Imagine how much chaos we're going to have between now and November. Like, my God, dude. I feel like gas could be $7 a gallon by then. I mean, Trump is depleting the oil reserves, like 10 million gallons last week. But, like, dude, he can't do that forever, okay? He's not going to be able to just drain the whole thing between now and the election. So, I don't know, man. We'll see. You hate Ted Cruz? Dude, Ted Cruz sucks. But let's watch Benny whine about the SAVE Act.
Senate Republican leadership and John Thune refusing to fight at all for the Save America Act will be seen as the dumbest political decision and the largest betrayal of the Republican base in my lifetime.
All right.
This is a high bar to reach, but John Thune saying that he can't do anything to get the Save America Act passed when he has 53 different senators. He could nuke the filibuster. He could do a standing filibuster. You could pass it through reconciliation.
You can't pass it through reconciliation. Benny's a dumb shit. Benny keeps, dude, you can't pass a voting act that has no money involved through reconciliation.
Didn't fight at all. He doesn't want it to pass. And John Cornyn was right along with him. John Cornyn has been fighting President Trump for his entire political career. He's been in favor of amnesty, open borders, and gun control. And so the endorsement against John Cornyn and for Ken Paxton is a message to Senate GOP leadership that the time for weakness is over. They are sick, and the administration and the American people, frankly, are sick of the Senate acting like its own little private club where they never have to be accountable to the American people. The Save America Act has something like 90% approval. You can't get a higher approval level from Democrats, Independents, Republicans.
Dude, nobody wants the Save America Act. Nobody does. Dude, it's the fucking Benny's a Nazi Act.
All of them want the Save America Act.
Dude, nobody does. No, look at that. He's like Democrats, Republicans, Independents. Everybody wants this. He's like, even my wife's dead kid wants this, you know.
But the Republicans in the
What
Senate
is he talking
won't give it
about?
to him. Why? Because the Senate acts as its own totally and wholly independent universe, separate from the Republican Party and its voters. And here's how it works. The Senate Leadership Fund that has billions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. They'll drop hundreds of millions of dollars in order to protect incumbency. The Senate...
Dude, Benny's just rambling now. It's almost as if Benny has no political experience to speak of and is just a mouthpiece for his donors. Yes! Dude, XM, that is exactly what it is. What it is Benny has built a career of plagiarizing and stealing other people's content to the point of where nobody wanted to work with him. No Democrats, no Republicans, no reputable journalistic entity wanted to work with Benny at all. So Benny was a perfect guy to be picked up by the 𝗙cie𝗶𝗵𝗹𝗀 Foundation, headed by Donald J. Trump. Right? The 𝗙cie𝗶𝗵𝗃 Foundation, the EPF, as we like to call it in the industry. Benny was their first hire. Dude, right? That is it. That's the story. Dude, look at him. Dude, Benny's like, dude, I took my dentures out. I gummed that shit. Come here, Thomas Massie. Dude, our leprechaun of a government embarrassed us again in Greenland. Let's go. You're a leprechaun of a governor. What happened? I thought Greenland told Trump to fuck off. Let's go. Thank you, Sunola. I thought Greenland told Trump to go hump a fucking pile of bricks. Right? Dude, let's go. 2 out of 20, guys. We got this. All right. All right. Let's run through some of today's news. Okay. Now, this obviously needs to be discussed. Okay. So, where was it? It was this. Here, I'll find the post. I posted it right here. Okay, look at this. This is one of the things that happened today. All right, is there was an agreement made in the Trump DOJ, okay, that says the United States releases, waives, acquits, and forever discharges each of the plaintiffs from and is hereby forever barred and precluded from prosecuting or pursuing any and all claims, counterclaims, causes of action, etc. So this right here is unprecedented, guys. So there were a number of like investigations going on into Trump and his family businesses and his family for him cheating on taxes, being crooked. I mean, he never released any of his tax returns. This guy is crooked upon crooked. And so there were a number of IRS investigations into this guy. And basically what has happened is Trump filed suit against the IRS. And then the U.S. Office of the Attorney General, the Trump DOJ, decided, you know what? We're not going to go ahead and fight this lawsuit. We're going to settle. So Trump, and mind you, Todd Blanche, the guy signing this, is Trump's personal attorney. So Donald Trump is suing the government run by his personal attorney, and Trump's personal attorney is deciding to settle these lawsuits. And in this particular lawsuit, basically they said, you know what? The IRS can never investigate Trump. They can never audit him, look at him, investigate him, pursue any claims against him or any of his business associates or his family. So basically, they gave him a lifetime pass from being prosecuted or investigated, him and his family and his associates. A lifetime. You cannot ever, right? I mean, dude, I don't see how this is even legal. What the fuck is this even? How is this not instantly challengeable? Why is this guy not instantly impeached? And yes, it is basically the Epstein sweetheart deal of financial, trafficking is what it is. Isn't that crazy? He basically has gotten lifetime immunity for him and his family and his associates, lifetime immunity from being investigated or prosecuted for financial crimes by the IRS. FTT dance, let's go. Thank you, Peter. By the acting attorney general and Trump's personal lawyer. Yo, Congress, what's up? Political punk here. How can any of you be okay with this? Why is there not like a 535-0 like impeachment and, 100-0 Senate conviction after this shit? Like how? How is it that you can take somebody with a bunch of felonies, a guy with many, many financial, like criminal, issues in the past? You're basically giving this guy and his family like free reign. They can never be prosecuted for life. What are you doing? You dumb motherfuckers. Dude, what the fuck, bro? All right, fuck you. We're going to bury you all. Bye-bye. Dude, that's insane though, guys. That is insane. I don't think anybody has ever gotten a lifetime free pass of ever being audited. Are you shitting me, dude? Like, this is like, should be impeached and, I'm sure this is going to be challenged, but this is insane that people are okay with this. Dudes, who gets a lifetime pass from ever being investigated or charged with shit? Dude, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Right? And then they created the anti-weaponization fund. Dude, Blanche's Trump's Roy Cohn. Let's go. So then they also created the anti-weaponization fund, which is this fucking 1.7 billion. It's this, guys. They have created a $1.7 billion fund that's, I believe, it's called a weaponization fund. And I believe it's going to be like overseen by Donald Trump. Okay? Where, you know what I'm saying? That Donald Trump is going to have a $1.7 billion fund that people can file claims. Oh, the Department of Justice treated me poorly, right? Or, oh, they charged me with something on J6, and he can just pay whomever he wants. This is crazy, guys. This is fucking crazy. Oh, dude, that's brutal. John Fetterman's statement on Trump stealing $1.7 billion to hand out to cronies and J6 criminals. There it is. John Fetterman. So there's 1,600 people from January 6th that all got pardoned. The ones that haven't reoffended, they're all going to reply. But I believe anybody who has been weaponized, feels like the government has been weaponized against them, can be fucking, get some of this money. You would love if he steals it. See, I just don't think he has to steal it because he's stealing in so many other places. Like 1.7 billion is nothing compared to what he steals. But obviously the danger of this, okay, the danger of this is, the danger of this, guys, is that he can pay people to be his supporters, okay? Right? It's called an anti-weaponization fund, and it'll be used to compensate anyone found to be victims of unjust investigations and prosecutions by the Biden Justice Department. A commission will evaluate the claims, and the amount of compensation. And Trump says it's reimbursing people that were horribly treated, anti-weaponization, blah, blah, blah. But, dude, so now Trump has a fund to pay supporters. He's got a lifetime free pass of ever being investigated for financial crimes. And you know what I'm saying? Dude, it's pretty fucked up, boss. Pretty fucked up, bro.
This morning, a potentially unprecedented settlement between President Trump and the government he runs. Sources tell...
Dude, that's what's so crazy, though. Listen to that first line, guys. An unprecedented settlement between Donald Trump and the government he runs. So Donald Trump is suing himself, suing the government he runs, headed by his personal attorney, and then his personal attorney is settling out of court. Bro, hi, I'm suing myself. Oh, okay, I'm not going to go to court. I'm going to settle this. Here's some money. There you go. Bro, like, how is he not in prison for that? Just in and of itself.
This morning, a potentially unprecedented settlement between President Trump and the government he runs. Sources tell ABC News the president is expected to drop his $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS in exchange for potential financial compensation for allies that claim they were wrongfully targeted by the Biden administration. The deal, which sources caution is not finalized, would use taxpayer dollars to establish a $1.7 billion fund used to settle claims brought by anyone who alleges they were harmed by the Biden administration's so-called weaponization of the legal system. Sources say one group that would be eligible to tap into that are the nearly 1,600 people charged after the January 6th attack on the Capitol. This comes as President Trump is suing the Treasury Department and the IRS for $10 billion in damages over the leak of his tax returns during his first term in office. And after sources told ABC News he was pressing his Justice Department to pay roughly $230 million for the investigations he faced during the Biden administration.
It's interesting because I'm the one that makes the decision, right? And, that decision would have to go across my desk. And it's awfully strange to make a decision where I'm paying myself.
According to sources, the commission that would oversee the fund would have total authority on who they hand the money out to, which could amount to an unparalleled use of taxpayer dollars with little oversight. Sources say the president would have the authority to remove members of the commission without cause, and that the commission would not be required to disclose how it runs or its decision-making process. The proposed fund, which could face legal hurdles, would draw its money from a Treasury Department judgment fund, a permanent bucket of federal dollars used to pay court judgments and settlements, sources said. The settlement terms are expected to bar the president from directly receiving payments related to the claims of his lawsuits, but it does not explicitly prohibit entities associated with him from doing so. And this morning, Democrats slamming the potential settlement.
What the fuck,
Senator Elizabeth Warren calling it an insane level of corruption and dubbing it a slush fund for Trump's handpicked stooges to hand money to January 6 insurrectionists and his political allies. And former FBI Director James Comey, who the DOJ indicted just last month and who the president has repeatedly directed his DOJ to go after, weighing in too.
So he's making sure that if you're part of Cosa Nostra, this thing of ours, you're on my team, I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you reducing your exposure.
That's what
I'll
it
get
is.
you free dough.
Yep.
That's a very dangerous message.
It's what it is, guys. It's basically like, yo, Proud Boys, when I need you, you're going to be there. Here's, $3 million, right? Yo, Joe Biggs. Remember Joe Biggs? We stormed the Capitol. Remember this guy? Okay, he was arrested and in jail. Okay, I'm going to show you right now what's going to happen, guys. And again, there's no oversight. Okay, and they don't have to give any reasons. So this guy right here, Joe Biggs and his buddies, watch this.
So we just stormed the fucking Capitol, took the motherfucking place back. That was so much fun.
So much America. So much America.
More voters. January 6th will be a day in infamy.
Yes, yes.
So basically, these guys are going to get millions of dollars of our money in exchange for the next time he needs them to storm the Capitol or storm the voting precinct or whatever, that they're going to show up. He's basically going to have a non-military hired militia, essentially, with $1.7 billion in funding, bro. That's gnarly. I mean, brown shirts, here we come, boss. All right, let's get these. Dude, let's go. Vince said rich people who commit financial crimes need immunity from the IRS. Yes, indeed they do, Rich. Thank you, boss. Appreciate you. Then we got Elfinator in here. Next time I see Obama should be tried for treason on Twitter. I'm going to lose it. Yes. No, dude, the Obama shit, they're going hard. Dude, Petrazi says, hello, everyone. Booker won the Senate primary in Kentucky. Let's go. All right. Dude, let's go, guys. We need 16. Oh, shit. The goal ended already? Oh, fuck, bro. What the fuck, dude? All right. Dude, why are these goals ending? I keep missing them, dude. All right, we're going to try again. We're going to fucking... All right, there we go. All right, let's go. Dude, let me count. Let me make sure. I think we got this. Dude, I got to pay attention, boss. I'm sorry. I'm a little spun out today, dude. I'm a little spun out today. Does Hunter Biden also get cash? Oh, that's interesting. Dude, does Hunter Biden? I think Hunter Biden should be able to get cash, shouldn't he? That was Biden's DOJ. Dude, he should file for it. I bet he wouldn't get approved, though. Right? There's no way, right? He wouldn't get approved, but he would qualify. That could be considered weaponization of the Biden DOJ. Absolutely. Dude, he's going to get some money from the Candace Owens Memorial Fund, though. Right? All right. Let's check it out. Hold on. Let me count these and make sure we got them. All right. What do we got? All right. So there we go. So now, let's go. Yes. We're going to need the 15 and 1 over, and then we're good. Let's go. Let's go, baby. We're getting it. Dude, let's get this dance party right now. All right? Fuck this shit. Bro, I'm irritated. I am fucking irritated. I am irritated at like the AIPAC money and the gloating. I am irritated with the fact that Trump is like so openly corrupt. It's like beyond corruption. It is so wide out in the open. And nobody is doing anything. You know, nobody is saying anything. We're just sort of sucking it up. You know? You know what I'm saying? We're just sort of like, oh, well, counting on needing to win this election in November. And if we don't win this election in November, like, we may be just completely screwed, dude. Dude, this shit, they leaked his tax returns. Dude, give me a fucking break. He was supposed to release his tax returns. He lied about releasing his tax returns. They should have been leaked. Paulina Prayers, let's go. Let's go, Peter. Hey! All right. We got to look at this clip, guys. We've looked at this guy before. All right, we're gonna secure this fucking dance party and make sure we got the dance. And then we're going to look at the Joel Webbon clip. There you go. Let's go. Clown Prince. There's a little sampling. Hey, let's go, Clown. Trump took the United out of USA, so the 2 letters left are fit his interest better. Yeah, SA. Just SA. The U is gone. He's taken the U out of USA. Yeah, I mean, realistically, like, maybe we all need to stop paying taxes. I mean, what would they do? They can't audit 100 million of us, right? Right? You know? I mean, we can all change our filing to $0 being taken out, right? We can all change our filing. If you're filing, change it to single 7. or whatever. Dude, we get this end grain. Let's go. We're getting it. Mariners, what a bummer tonight, dude. Dude, I don't know why they put Castillo in for that third inning, dude. Dude, that was rough, bro. They had Munoz ready to go. Castillo with a 1-0 lead in his third inning. He barely got out of the eighth. They put him in the ninth. Fucking stupid decision. You know what I'm saying? Talked to a dude you served with yesterday. He and his husband are both active duty, brown skin. You're saying that he's gay and brown skin and he's still a Trump voter? Got two related clips for the Christian nationalists? Yes. No, I'd love that, Natalie, because we're going to look at Joel Webbon. We have looked at Joel Webbon before, guys. We have looked at Joel Webbon before. He's the guy that is a big part of this repeal the 19th sort of world. These are these crazy, bearded, Matt Walsh-looking Christian nationalist motherfuckers who want to stop women from voting. And as a side note, guys, just so you know, 40% of our viewers are not subscribed. So make sure you hit that sub button. And what do you get? You get like a lot of humor. You get the Kermit phone. You get endless MAGA ass kicking. All right. So make sure to hit that sub. All right. Stick around, baby. We got you. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Emerson's homer was great yesterday. But dude, yeah, one hit. I know, dude. That shit is crazy. Mike Johnson. All right. We're going to copy the link. Rubio, dude, all of these guys are fucking trash, bro. I'm serious. They're all of these guys are trash. Oh, yeah, we watched some of this, dude. Some of this Rubio shit the other day. There's a like button? There is a like button. Hit that shit. All right, guys, 11 more, dude. Well, technically, we need 12. But 9 minutes, 12. Let's hit this. Came here to succeed, boss. We's here to succeed, baby. Dude, these guys are so gnarly. But they are, I mean, the thing that's hard, guys, is they are being like real out in the open with this shit. You know what I'm saying? They're being real out in the open. Yeah, I mean, the Mariners, though, are in a tough spot because they don't have like so many players. So many people are hurt. Okay, if you look at the Mariners, if we talk about the Mariners for a sec, you got fucking Spire is hurt. You got Brash was down. Okay, and if you look at Munoz, he seemed like he was hurt because he's been not his usual self. Cal Raleigh was hurt. Fucking Ref Snyder can't hit. Even if you fucking soft pitch him an underhand, dude, that motherfucker can't hit for shit. $6 million on a designated hitter who never gets a hit, bro. Dude, Engrain, let's go. So they've had, and Brendan Donovan was hurt too. And JP Crawford has been pretty good at hitting, but he's had a lot of issues. He's just getting old out there on the field. He's had some shit. So there's been so many injuries. Now, again, guys, here's my take on the Mariners. You ready? I went into the Mariners sort of like, I don't know, getting real up and down and angry when they'd lose. But you know what I realize now? It doesn't really matter right now. It doesn't. Like, all we have to do is be like within 3 or 4 games back of the leader, okay? And just sit there. As long as we're within 4 games of that first place team, everybody's got to get healthy and everybody's got to get their shit together. And then you want to get good in like July, right? You know what I'm saying? As long as you're like 3 or 4 games you're right near there, but you want to start peaking and you want to start getting going in like July, right? August. You want August to be when you're like humming. Get everybody healthy. Dude, let's go. All right, guys, 9 more. 9 and 6, baby. Yeah, I've kind of really taken it with a grain of salt because I want him to win everyone, but I also realize that, they're like, he's like saving pitchers and he's like realizing, yeah, we can drop a game now and keep everybody healthy. Like, it's better for them to lose now and stay healthy than it is to win a game and like maybe not be healthy. You know what I mean? And like, and so we're like, I think they're just being smart about it. Yeah, no, I think that one, Natalie, I already covered that one. The Franklin Graham, I already made a video about that like 2 days ago, right? Let me show you the Franklin Graham dude with the clip with the barn. Yeah, that one's fucking old hat. There it is. There it is. There's the thumbnail from the Franklin Graham video. Oh shit. That was from 2 days ago, dude. Oh, dude, him in his little Trump costume. What an asshole. I'm serious, dude. Franklin Graham, what an asshole. Dude, this is my favorite picture of me right now. Dude, that picture is my favorite photo of me right now where I'm just like, oh, fuck. Dude, what the fuck is going on? Let's go. Good clip, though. Dude, that shit is wild. All right. 4 minutes, guys. 9 more. 4 minutes. Dude. Come on, let's do this. Yeah, the crazy barn, dude, with the cross, like, carved into the side. The green screen barn. What a fucking weirdo, dude. That guy is so creepy. Four minutes, let's go. 8 more, let's go. Let's go, people. Ingrain, let's go. 4 minutes. Dude, 8 more. Let's get this. Let's get her done. Get her done, get her done, get her done. 7. Let's go, Pine Box. Thank you, 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏. Pine Box. Don't go into the barn. Dude, don't go into the barn. You're going to get gang tapped if you go into the barn. All right, 7 away, dude. We got this. We got it, got it. 7. 7. 7. Do a little Friday the 13th sound effects. 7. 3 minutes. No barn. No barn. No barn. 7. 2:45. Here we go. Here we go. Dude, Seahawks? I don't know, dude. I don't really know much. I don't really follow the Seahawks. I'm ready to go on the Raiders journey with our new quarterback. I don't know if he's going to get any play time, but it's going to be nice. 6 away. Let's get this punked. 5 away. Let's go. Dodge the barn. Let's go. Thank you, 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏. Thank you, Korg. All right, we are 5 away, dude. 2 minutes. 4 away. Endgrain coming in hot. Let's go. 4 away, baby. Down to the wire, dude. Always down to the wire. 3 away, Wilfred. Let's go. 3 away, baby. 3 away. Go Hawks. 2 away. Dude, go Hawks. Dude, I'm a Raider fan. I mean, I don't dislike the Seahawks. I like them because my son likes them, so they're like a team that's part of the family. We investigated ourselves. Dude, I've investigated myself and I found absolutely no wrongdoing. Let's go, baby. All right, 1 more to hit the goal. Technically 2, because we were 1 shy because we needed 16, but there's only 15 on the counter. So we're getting this. 1 minute. Here it comes. Here we go. 1 more. There it is. We need uno más. That's it. That gets us the 15 out of 15. Now we need 1 more and the dance party is secured. Here it comes. Ayo. Pine box. Pine box. Who's bringing us across finish line? Now we're going to watch some clips with some white nationalists. Dude, fucking clowns, bro. This guy, dude, they are like, they're so, I don't know, man. These guys, I feel like these guys are so like just out in the open with this shit now. You know, they're, dude, Wilfred, let's go. There it is. Now it's official. You know what I'm saying? Dude, crawling wind, let's go. You know what I mean? They're just so, they're not even hiding it anymore. It used to be like, hey, we're being nefarious. We're attacking abortion rights. We're attacking mifepristone. Dude, Petrazi, let's go. They'd make sign line comments about, you know, women being over emotional and shit. But now you have somebody like Joel Webbon and that Dale Partridge, these white nationalist preachers, and they're coming right out and saying women need to no longer vote. Right? They're like, we need to repeal the 19th Amendment and make it so women can't vote. One family vote decided by men. Like, they're literally just saying this shit in 2026, bro. Right? And I'm sorry, if you're a man and you have the stones to walk around in 2026 saying women shouldn't have the right to vote, you like a group of women should like gang beat your ass. You know, seriously, we should have publicly televised, you know, white Christian nationalists in stockades with groups of women in high heels just like kicking the crap out of them. I think that would be entertainment I would watch, dude. Stiletto heels, right? You could call it like Christian nationalist stiletto, right? The fucking, right? The Stiletto Stockade starring, you know, dude, I would pay good money to go see that shit. To hear this guy whimper. Are you ready? Watch this, though.
When we come out on the other side, whatever that looks like, I can't pretend to be able to predict everything, but at the same time, I think there are some basic principles that are inevitable, and one of them is going to be less freedom. One thing that we did in the West is we exalted liberty above virtue. And freedom just for the sake of freedom is not virtuous. It's not commendable. So like just because we can doesn't mean we should. Like we have, so like even when I think of freedom of speech, like if a leftist is bringing me before a judge, I'm going to appeal to the First Amendment all day long in the Constitution. But that's because I know that what I'm saying is right, and I know that they're wicked. But in theory, that's what I'll do in practice. But in theory, I don't think you should be able to say whatever you want. When we come out.
So look at what they're saying, okay? Look at that statement there that they are now, right? No, I'm on live chat, right? I'm on live chat. There it is. Always on live chat. But what they're saying, guys, did you hear what he said? He said two basic principles. One, after this whatever Christian nationalist takeover, one, they need less freedom. There should be less freedom. Virtue, he says, over freedom. But you know what that means. When he says less freedom, that means like women can't vote. That means no gay people allowed. Being gay or trans is like illegal, okay? You're not free to be gay or trans. They're going to get rid of pornography. They're going to get rid of maybe making string bikinis illegal at the beach or that, remember Dale Partridge, the crack-sucking leggings guy? They're going to make leggings illegal because these beardo fucking creepers can't look at a woman in tights without getting all like bent out of shape. Dude, Yvette, let's go. Thank you, Yvette. Appreciate you, boss. You know what I'm saying? Like that's bullshit, bro. Restricting freedom. Yikes, dude. Yikes. Can you imagine? Yoga pants are banned. Sports bras banned. Women uncovered shoulders are banned. right? No adult content, no OnlyFans banned. Women can't wear low-cut shirts on streams anymore or in YouTube videos, banned, right? Women can't vote, banned. Gay and trans people can't vote, banned, right? I mean, who knows what else they'll have, right? If you're not a Christian, you go to jail, right? You no freedom unless you participate in the religion. And then even with him saying freedom of speech, that like you shouldn't be allowed to say stuff, okay? That like, oh, what does that mean? That means if I say something critical about Christianity, they, you know, yo, what's up? Yo, Joel Webbon, what's up, buddy? Dude, first off, you are the creepiest fucking beardo dude we've ever seen, bro. I mean, I don't even want to think about what's in your fucking incognito browser at this moment, okay? But let me just give you a short lesson here, buddy. First off, fuck you, bro, okay? Nobody cares what you Christian nationalists think about your whole virtue freedom. You guys, fuck off, okay? You're not God, okay? You have no authority over us, all right? So we're not going down your little white Christian pipeline of fucking sadists. You know what I'm saying? All right? And we're going to put you in the stockade with the stilettos, you dumb son of a bitch. All right, bye-bye. Dude, they all look like Matt Walsh, dude. Look at them, though. You ready? Try being a Cubs fan for 40 years. Let's go, Alf. That's tough. Dude, they look at them, okay? Dude, they do. They look at them. Like, look at Matt Walsh. You ready? Watch this. We got Matt Walsh. Okay, here's Matt Walsh. Creeper. There's Matt Walsh. Okay, now we have Joel Webbon. Find a good one of Joel Webbon. There we go. That one's a Facebook one. I need a non-Facebook. There we go. There's Joel Webbon. All right, and then the crack-sucking leggings guy is 𝗪𝗡𝗏𝗅tridge. Dude. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. You ready? The trifecta. Matt Walsh, Joel Webbon. Matt Walsh, Joel Webbon, 𝗪𝗡𝗅tridge. Dude. Now, the only thing that these three guys share is that I believe all three of them are closeted homosexuals, okay? That's the only thing that they have in common other than the beard and the weird looks, is I am certain that all three of these guys are closeted homosexuals. I guarantee it, dude. I guarantee you that these guys are closeted Benny Johnson's boss. They're 100%, dude. You know? Now, you know what's really interesting? Okay, so Rehoboth Beach is in like Maryland or Delaware. Okay, Joe Biden would vacation there. It is like the LGBTQ center of the East Coast. Okay, and Rehoboth Beach was Matt Walsh's first radio DJ job. Was in the LGBTQ sort of like center of the East Coast. Okay. Matt Walsh got hired as a radio DJ in the center of this small town that is like super LGBTQ friendly. And then a couple years later, he became like this crazy anti-LGBTQ advocate. I'm pretty sure it was his, you know, he didn't have a good like experience coming around to his, you know, sexuality, boss. Right? But these guys are all the same, dude. Okay? They're literally all the fucking same, bro. I mean, give me a break, dude. Tell me those two guys are not twins, dude. Those guys are like, their hair just parts to different sides. That's it. Their beards contain diaper don shit. Yeah, man. Dude, let's see. Matt Walsh, though, this guy's married. Let's see Matt Walsh's wife. That's a TikTok one. That one's not going to come out right. There's Matt Walsh's wife. Dude, he is not straight, dude. Dude, he is not straight. Look at him. There's no way, bro. Dude, he is so Benny Johnson, dude. He is like 99.5% Benny Johnson. Dude, you can just tell, man. Give me a break, dude. Like, they're like, man, dude, guys, I fucking like grew up around West Hollywood. Okay, I went to the gay dance clubs like all the fucking time, bro. All right, we all did. All of the like the gothy indie rocker dudes like went to the gay clubs in the 90s. Okay, they were great. They party like mad. Everybody gets fucked up. There's a lot of good blow. Dude, he is not straight, bro. Dude, no way, dude. I will bet you $1 million that this guy is not straight. I am so confident. Dude, yeah, dude. He is just so he is so fucking right. And that guy too, dude, Dale Partridge. Dale Partridge is another one too, dude. This guy, dude, absolutely not straight. 100%. Absolutely not straight. 100%. 150%. Oh, shit. Absolutely. All right. You ready? Moving on. We're now going on to Mike Johnson's fucking comments about this. All right, here we go.
Okay, I want to ask you, we're obviously here at this faith event. Not everyone is happy about that. So let me give you a chance to respond to Americans United for Separation of Church and State. They say if the president really cared about this, he would be celebrating separation of church and state as a unique American invention that has allowed religious diversity to flourish. But they call this a Christian nationalist crusade that is just a very narrow view and version of Christianity that really doesn't serve Americans. And they say this is a public event on public land.
This is a recognition of the deeply embedded history and religious and moral tradition of the country. This is an appropriate thing for us to do on the 250th anniversary, and the people who are upset about it oppose that. They want to erase the history of America and pretend as if we're not a nation that was dedicated originally to God. If you walk into the House chamber this afternoon with me, Shannon, you will see "In God We Trust" inscribed in the marble right above the head of where I stand as the Speaker of the House. Congress put that there as a recognition of who we are. We are one nation under God, and to come here and gather for a happy, hopeful celebration to rededicate ourselves in that way as one nation under God is a healthy and appropriate thing. The people who are the naysayers and who have created this new term of Christian nationalism as a pejorative, a derogatory term, are trying to silence the influence and the voices of Christians, and I think that's wildly inappropriate.
We have a little sneak peek at some of what you'll say here as the featured speaker tonight.
Dude, that is so dirty, right? We're not one nation under God. I am not under God. Okay? That's just it. I am not under God. There is God has zero authority over me. Okay? Zero authority. And yes, this is recently added shit. But I am nothing under God. There is no God in my existence. There is no, God has no authority. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care what you put on money. I mean, you put a fucking pyramid on money. There aren't any pyramids in America. So I don't fucking care that the word God is on there too. I mean, the fact that they put the word God on money though too is like insane. If you read the Bible and then these people are walking around with money with the word God on it, like, bro, talk about hellfire. Give me a fucking break. But yeah, this idea that they are now floating this more and more in a very open way of like, no, we are a Christian nation. No, we are not. I am not a Christian. I'm an American. And dude, I have no problem. Christians want to go to their church and whatever, worship, fine. You get to do that. But I do have a problem when our lawmakers are making laws based on Christian precepts. That's a real fucking problem. You know, that is a real problem for me. All right. Now here's Rubio, though, getting weird, too. Again, Marco Rubio going off on his Christian nationalist nonsense.
On this day, 2.5 centuries ago, our forefathers gathered for the second time in as many years for a national day of fasting and prayer. The resolution of the Continental Congress called on the 13 colonies to humble themselves and prep.
So first off, though, I don't even want to watch this clip, but I do have a picture here, guys, because you see that room? Okay, you ready? You see this? This is a very famous image of the Constitution and, you know, Declaration of Independence. This is like around that time, these guys, the constitutional signing. But hold on, guys. Because I have an image here. You find my image. Let me see. Right here. Here we go. You ready? Because, guys, this is a very famous image. Okay? Take this image in. Okay, take this image in with all of these guys, all of our founding fathers, and look at their faces. You see all their faces? These are the guys that founded our country. Now, I'm going to show you another image, okay? I'm going to show you the same picture. We're going to look at them side by side, guys. All right, you ready? You ready for this? Okay. So there's our image. So here's the problem. The problem is everybody with the red dot over their face owned slaves. Okay? So this picture that they use of all of our founding fathers, oh, look at America. Look at America. Look at how great America is. Oh, yeah, these guys, you know, right? But when you look at them and you actually look at them of that whole room, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 guys in that whole room that didn't own slaves. Okay? So that is telling. Because obviously, guys, I'm not going to diss them, okay? They created a constitution, they created a document, but like their basic intention, okay? Their basic intention there was to have all of their, right? Their basic intention was to have all of the rights taken away. Unless you were a white man, okay? They intended a country to be white men and white men only, all right? There were no women leaders. There were no women in power. It was not like France where they were having queens and shit. I mean, it was all like, we have better weapons. We're going to take the land. We're going to separate from the crown because we don't want to pay taxes, and we're afraid they're going to take away our slavery. Because England was already starting to, you know, they had some cases like the Somerset case where it was looking like England was legally moving towards getting rid of slavery. And these guys were just starting a country that where their entire economy was based on slavery. Okay. So that is something to remember, guys, that this is not shit to emulate. Okay. This is not, these guys are not people to emulate. And so this idea, like when we have these people sitting here saying, oh my God, right? For as long as America's embodied freedom and exceptionalism, you cannot use this picture and say that these guys, right? You cannot use this picture and say that these guys embodied freedom, okay? Because they did not. They did not embody freedom unless you were a white man. Okay, there is nothing about our founding fathers that embodied freedom. They embodied white, wealthy, slave-owning men. Okay, right? That's it. So all of this is bullshit. And they obviously, they took great lengths, guys. They went to great lengths to leave God out of the Constitution, man. You know what I'm saying? So that is what is like crazy is, right? That is what is crazy is there. The word God is not in our Constitution anywhere. Okay. Not in our Constitution anywhere. And yet they're still riding this shit. You know, they're still trying to trumpet this shit. Dude, this is fucking crazy, boss. I'm just irritated. I am, dude. I'm fucking irritated, boss. I am. I'm irritated at the Trump corruption. I'm irritated that nobody is standing up. Although there is this article, okay, that is interesting that we should look at here. Senate advances bill aimed at ending Iran war, right? As 𝗙cie flips to support it. So this is intriguing, okay? Because I hadn't really thought about this, guys, but I hadn't thought about how there is a razor thin margin in the Senate, and there's a razor thin margin, guys, in the fucking House of Representatives. And now that, you know, 𝗙cie has been like removed, primaried in the Senate, and Massie has been primaried in the House. And now that Lauren Boebert probably knows she's going to get primaried, I wonder if some of these guys are going to try going scorched earth with the Democrats now that they know it's over, right? You know what I mean? So I'm just wondering, and if there are other people that figure they're gonna get targeted too, and they're just like, fuck it, or it's my last term, I'm not running again. Maybe we get a scorched earth government going. That would be amazing. That would be fucking amazing, wouldn't it? Right? Watching this admin is like watching January 6th, right? Like, what the fuck is happening? Why are they just letting it happen? Yeah, I mean, Annie, I don't know, right? I honestly don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Dystopian Christian nationalism, hell world. You're irritated too? Dude, I'm like super irritated. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess some of them are worried that Trump is going to primary them. Some of them, he may have dirt on them. Okay. Like some of them may, right? Who are you talking to, 𝗙cie? What is your who are you yelling at? Right? Are you yelling at somebody in chat? But the answer is usually money or bribery. It is. Like I don't understand who they're yelling at. They yelling at Massie? They yelling at fucking, right? Right? Yeah, not use. Who are you yelling at? You're yelling at fucking Cassidy? You yelling at Trump? Dude. Just screaming into the void. I mean, I guess we all need that sometimes too, right? Dude, we're all there, right? Oh shit. Dude. Smells like roast beef. Dude, there's a lot of roast beef. Let's go. Screaming into the void is like, I mean, it's sometimes it's a requirement. It is, dude. Why was Hassan so bent out of shape over the primaries? Saying we basically lost democracy? Dude, I mean, dude, I don't know. I think fucking, I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to what Hassan was doing. I thought I saw him talking about Chris Rabb and being like pretty excited about Chris Rabb, right? I did. I saw him like pretty excited about Chris Rabb. So you know, so I don't know. Was he screaming? I mean, obviously, guys, there's some levels of things going on, okay? That with, you know, with the Massie loss and with the shit that's been going on with, right? With the Massie loss and, you know, Cassidy and all this and Trump just being able to roll people and get rid of them. Like, obviously, there's, you know, there's not going to be a lot of people standing up against Trump now. So I don't know. I mean, AIPAC absolutely bought the Massie election. You know what I'm saying? So I fucking, you know. Hold on one sec. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I didn't really see his son going off, right? Dude, the turnout though in Kentucky was pretty bad, boss. It was. The turnout was pretty shitty. Yeah, I mean, guys, again, for me, it was the fact that after the fucking win, like after this win, okay, AIPAC is like tweeting this shit, right? You know what I'm saying? After the win, AIPAC is sitting there tweeting this shit, okay? Because Thomas Massie made this comment about 𝗙𝗙𝗌𝗧𝗏, right?
All right. Listen, I would have come out sooner, but I had to call my opponent and concede, and it took a while to find 𝗙𝗙𝗽𝗚𝗏 in Tel Aviv.
Oh. Dude.
I did get the call through, though. I have called and conceded the race.
It did. Took a while to find him in Tel Aviv, right? But look at what they posted, right? They're sitting there posting, even in his concession speech, Thomas Massie had to take a shot at Israel/Jews. He didn't take a shot at Jews, guys. Okay? He did not take a shot at Jews. He took a shot at, like, fucking this AIPAC lobby. Like, why is this happening? Right? Why is this happening where they say, right? Look at this. Ed Galrin's voices, victory in Kentucky and Clay Fuller's win in Georgia ensure two outspoken pro-Israel voices are positioned to fill seats previously held by outspoken detractors. Now, the question is why do we need pro-Israel voices in the American Congress? You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? Right? Isn't that weird? That's so weird. And their other post was the one that said pro-Israel Americans are proud to help defeat anti-Israel candidates. Being pro-Israel is good policy and good politics. But like, dude, what the fuck, bro? This is America. I thought we were supposed to have pro-America policy, pro-America politics. Like, why is Israel whatever? And you know what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine if Germany was like pro-USA? If you're not pro-USA, you can't get elected in Germany. Or if you're not pro-Russia, you can't get elected in America. You have to be pro-Russia in order to be in the American Congress. Like, dude, that's fucked up, bro. That is fucked up. Dude, it is. It is fucked up, boss. So it is so bad, dude. Right? That's their line, though. They use that canned line. Being pro-Israel is good policy and good politics. Right? And saying pro-Israel Americans are proud to back candidates who support a strong U.S.-Israel alliance and help defeat those who work to undermine it. But like, bro, that is just crazy. You know what I mean? That is fucking wild that like, and guys, they spent more money in this race than ever before. A new record for a tiny Kentucky district, right? A tiny Kentucky district. They spent $32 million, bro. $32 million. Okay. Now, what's crazy about this, okay, is I will say this. I personally am becoming more anti-AIPAC by the day, bro. I'm serious, dude. Like, you know, and like it's wild. It's complicated too, because I actually like love the Jewish people. I even respect the hell out of the Jewish religion as much as I hate the Abrahamic religions. The Jewish people are like the least pushy of all the Abrahamic religions. Like, they don't push their shit. They're not like Christians. They don't like try to moralize, right? Like the Jewish religious people are like, they're like easily the least annoying of the Abrahamic religions by a long shot. You know what I'm saying? They are. They absolutely, like, I love the way they treat their religion. But AIPAC has nothing to do with Jewish fucking people. Okay? It has nothing to do with Jewish people. It is more like a military industrial complex of like imperialism, you know? You know what I'm saying? Dude. It's crazy, boss. It is fucking wild, man. So let's see who sang in Oregon, who won in Oregon, right? So all of his candidates won. But again, though, right, it will be interesting to see what happens here, okay? Right? This is going to be interesting, guys, okay? Because a lot of these MAGA people are winning their primary, but I am wondering if these, like, how many of these people that win the primaries are going to lose the election in November, okay? I mean, dude, I'm serious, guys. I'm fucking dead serious. Yeah, no, I know what Tata is saying right there. Is there is a like seriously growing contingent of people in Israel that are tired of their fucking government, dude. They're like Benjamin Netanyahu is like Trump over there. There's a huge contingent in Israel that are tired of Netanyahu and the Zionism and being the American war machine. Like, they don't want their country to be a fucking war machine. And I mean, can you blame them? Can you fucking blame them? If you were 20 years old and you're living in Israel, would you want to would you want your country to constantly be at war and you're forced to fucking go into the military and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me a fucking break, dude. I think a lot of young people over there are getting tired of that shit too. It's a lot of it is the old ensconced fucking people. You know what I'm saying? It's the old ensconced people, right? I mean, it's the same shit we have here, you know? It's the same shit we have here. Not everybody here is for Trump, obviously. I mean, I'm sure there are people, right? I'm sure there are people that, you know, in the world that think all of America is represented by Trump. And there are certainly people that are judging the whole country based on Trump's behavior. But, you know, there's a, like, you know, I mean, nobody's a monolith, you know? You know what I'm saying? That's factual. Nobody's a monolith, boss. Sucks, dude. I mean, there's just a lot of unrest, you know, and this really pissed me off today too, guys. I don't know if you saw this, but 𝗍𝗎𝗄s. So did you see this? Like, this is worth talking about real quick. You're Scottish, love Americans, but fuck MAGA. Let's go, David. Good for you, boss. I'm glad you can separate it. Like, not everybody can. And I mean, I'll be honest, you know, I understand that we're going through a time where a lot of people are going to end up hating us as Americans, you know, and so I feel like after, you know, if we can stomp down this fucking Trump nonsense and this MAGA shit and get it under wraps, I think a whole bunch of us are going to have to travel the world and try to like bring goodwill to the world and sort of get over, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have to bring some goodwill back to the world, dude, when this is all over. But let's look at 𝗍𝗎𝗄s, okay? So obviously this is one of the most toxic fake news, disinformation accounts on all of Twitter, okay? 𝗍𝗎𝗄s, this person, what they do is they print shit from the 𝗍𝗎𝗄s press, right? And powered by Polymarket, yada, 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 but it's all lies. and they pretend they're a fucking news channel. I mean, guys, they use a stormtrooper helmet as their fucking, right? Like, okay, be a little more, you know, be a little more fucking whatever obvious about the fact that you're Nazis, okay? You know, but so look at what this guy did. I don't think he deleted it. We're gonna look in and see if he deleted it, and maybe he did. I know that Lauren Chen deleted it, but I'm certain 𝗍𝗎🔪 probably did not. But this was the misinformation of the day right here. Look at this. 17 hours ago, and there is no community note yet. Okay? And it says trans terror, San Diego mass shooting suspects identified as a transgender couple by classmates. Okay? Right? And they're already having their little news article identified as trans couple. This is an outright lie. Okay? Right? These people were not trans. Okay? They were not trans at all. In fact, they were very anti-LGBTQ. Okay? Very. And very right-wing extremist. Very, like, Nazi. Ethan, let's go, boss. Thank you, boss. Right? Very. Okay? You know, he does know that a stormtrooper is a reference. Yes, Johnny. They do. They know. They know. All right? Now, the point is, right? So we got Kane Clark and 𝗙𝗪𝗏𝗡𝗅, right? And these guys are fucking right. But this was spread 17 hours ago. And then immediately, look at that. Lauren Chen posted it, saying a trans couple shot up a mosque. Progressives have some challenging calculations ahead of themselves. Okay? Look at that. And now they're like assigning that shit onto progressives, bro. Isn't that fucking crazy? That shit, hold on one sec. Dude, isn't that shit wild? Right? Isn't that shit wild, guys? That, like, she was already attaching it to progressives, have some challenging calculations ahead of themselves. And then look at who reposted it up there, too. Fucking Elon Musk. The fucking dink, bro. Isn't that wild? That is crazy. So this thing has been spreading, okay? 4 million views as of press time and no community note, okay? Right? And of course, everybody in here, and there's nobody, even if you ask Grok about this, I don't know what Grok would say, but other like AIs, even the ones that are sort of like pro-Trumpy or whatever, is like all of this is, you'll notice what they said. Former classmates claim the pair are trans. Former classmates, whoever that is. But there's no news source. There's never a link. Okay? But again, all of this is like, this is just literally what's happening now, guys. That there's a shooting of far-right extremists, anti-LGBTQ Nazis, and then Elon's, you know, these like disinformation people on Elon's sites are putting out anti-trans propaganda instantaneously. Like, bro, what the fuck are we doing, boss? And then if you look at this shit, you have Trump. Look at what Trump was saying today, guys. Look at this. What Trump says here doesn't even make sense. Okay? He is brain dead. Look at what Trump says here about Massie. You ready? Look at this, guys. Watch this clip. This clip is just fucking just goners.
And what are you saying? Yeah, Thomas Massie's a terrible congressman. He voted against men playing in women's sports. He voted against transgender for everybody, the mutilization of your children. He voted against, again, open borders. We have the best border we've ever had right now. Nobody's coming in. I mean, a report just came out. In the last 11 months, literally nobody has been allowed into our country illegally.
Dude, he voted against first off, everything he's saying, he voted against men and women's sports. All right. He voted against men and women's sports. He voted against transgender for everyone, the mutilization of your kids. Transgender for everybody. The mutilization of your kids. Dude, what does that even mean, bro? What the fuck is this guy talking about? Transgender people are like maybe 1% of the population. Literally 1 fucking percent of the population, dude. Like maybe 1.5. You know what I'm saying? At best, I bet it would be like 2%. But like, bro, what the fuck is he even talking about? Yeah, no, circumcision is exempt from being mutilization. Dude, that's the only mutilization that is happening of children is, and mutilization, isn't even a fucking word, bro. Like,
and what are you saying? Yeah, Thomas Massie's a terrible congressman. He voted against men playing in women's sports. He voted against transgender for everybody, the mutilization of your children. He voted against, again, open borders. We have the best border we've ever had right now.
Transgender for everybody. Dude, this is what the president of the United States is talking about, right? Yeah, oh, great. Christianity to reduce crime. Let's look at it. Here we go.
Religion, if you look, it was built so. And when you have strong religion, you have less crime. It's just a fact. You know, whatever it may be, it's like, gee, I want to go to heaven, so I'm not going to do this or that. Who knows? But we have a country that was based on religion, and religion, if you look, it was built so. And when you have strong religion, you have less crime. It's just a fact.
Dude, so his claim is that when you have strong religion, you have less crime. Well, like, guys, we had strong religion in the 1800s, and they were enslaving people, okay? We had strong religion in the turn of the century. Crime was rampant. We had strong religion in the 50s, 60s, even into the 70s, dude. Dude, the 70s, crime was crazy, bro. When did crime start reducing? Okay, it really started reducing in the 90s, the 2000s, and the 2010s. And you know when crime started reducing? Was literally when religion started falling off. Okay? I shit you not. When religion started falling off, you know why? Because a number of things happened. Okay? A, like people got civil rights, like oppression lessened a little bit. B, when people stopped hitting their kids, okay? Less religious people tend to not physically abuse their children. If you hit your kids, there's a really good chance your kids are going to commit more crimes or are going to go out and engage in some type of violent behavior. It's just the statistics are there, okay? Hitting your kids, physically disciplining them with belts and wooden spoons and shit, it is a contributor. If you look at people that are in jail for any type of violent offenses, the one thing they all fucking share is that they were all hit as kids, like almost uniformly. Like the statistics are fucking staggering, guys. Okay? If you look at hit kids and then violent crimes, hit kids, domestic violence, hit kids, and right, even, I'm not even talking about assaults. I'm talking about getting into fights and shit. Not even talking about them going out and committing murders. Like every type of physical offense is connected to children being hit as discipline. It's like so emotionally dysregulating, right? And yeah, thank you, Natalie. I'm glad you found that clip because I really wanted to look at this clip. This one is important, this clip right here, because this is where Trump is essentially letting this shit out of the bag. Dude. crazy. Right? The most Christian country in the U.S. Let's go. And yes, we have a lot of crime, guys. Dude, yeah, religion is, you know, I think this, guys. You ready? I'm going to go out on a bender. You know me. I'm against the whole Abrahamic religions. But I think there's a couple of things with religion in general that, one, religion promotes physical abuse as discipline, and that is harmful and causes their children to go up and do more criminal things. But the other thing about it is, guys, I actually think Christians commit more crimes and do more like unethical behavior because they know they can pray and get like revoked. If they genuinely regret what they did, they can get they can get fucking redemption for it. And the fact of the matter is actual non-Christians know that, like, we're accountable for our behavior. We don't get to go cry to some fucking deity and beg for forgiveness and get a brand new clean slate. Like, we are actually, how we behave and the things we do, we remain accountable for them always. They don't disappear. We don't get to pray them away. Okay? And religious people tend to do negative shit because they got a get out of sin free card. All they got to do is go repent to fucking, right? Go do their Hail Marys and shit, go to confession, or they beg for forgiveness and they get like a clean slate. Dude, you know, and I will say this too, as somebody who grew up, let me just tell you, okay? Because they say, oh, if you don't have a moral code and an authoritarian ruler, what's going to make you be a good person? Why would you even behave? Well, like, dude, you don't need to be told like what's harmful and what's not. You know what I'm saying? Right? Right? You know what I mean? You don't like nobody. I don't need the 10 commandments to know how to not be an asshole, bro. Right? I don't, dude. Oh, I do not. They all seem to skip the thou shalt not commit adultery one. Isn't that crazy? Like, how is it that it's literally the commandment, thou shalt not commit adultery, and yet adultery is the one sin they don't seem to give a fuck about, bro? Dude, how? How is that possible, guys? Thou shalt not commit adultery, and they love adultery. They love adulterers. They fucking love it. They're like, oh, give me some more adultery, right? Yeah, no, I know, Natalie. I mean, my thing has always been this, is simply like, you know, I don't want to cause pain, right? And what's more, for me, I genuinely, and here's the thing I notice, okay? Even with children, okay? And kids, let me just tell you, kids are about as selfish as it gets, okay? Kids are. I think they're inherently selfish because they're just like focused most on their survival. So they tend to not be able to see beyond their own needs. Okay. Children do because they have, you know, pea-sized brains and they're just concerned with getting their own needs met. It's like an innate survival skill. Okay. They're just naturally selfish. But even with kids, when they hurt other kids or when they disappoint their parents or when they do something wrong, they feel so bad about it. They feel so bad having like disappointed their mom and dad. If they see your face looking disappointed, they feel terrible. Okay? Naturally, they just feel so horrible that in fact, what I discovered was you need to be compassionate and like caring with children who have broken the rules, because they're often beating themselves up really, really bad. And in fact, if you lay into them with the how dare you, you're like tenfolding their own like self-beating mechanism. You know what I'm saying? There's like, it's really weird. Like they naturally don't want to cause harm. You know what I'm saying? It is like there's an innate, you know, they don't really understand what harm is initially, but once they start to understand it, they don't want to hurt people. You know what I mean? It's like once they understand like what it is. The hard thing about it is they just have limited brain power, right? And that's where the belting and hitting kids gets so destructive, is because kids are really impulsive and they don't understand if you tell a kid, here's why you shouldn't touch this thing. The kid's 5. He did not understand your complex reasoning of why they should or shouldn't touch that object. So they're going to go touch the object as soon as you tell them not to do it. And like, so then if you hit them for it, they have no idea. They don't understand why they're getting hit. They have no fucking clue, bro. Like inside, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, expecting a 5-year-old to have your adult reasoning and understanding skills is just really stupid. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about Republicans. I didn't even see what you were talking about. Oh yeah, no, when you said they have no values, no integrity. Yeah, I know you're not talking about kids. Dude, you're talking about the Constitution, Sam. You're good. You're good. We know you're not like saying the kids don't respect the Constitution. That'd be funny. Oh shit. Yeah, but anyway, let's watch this clip here, though, because Trump is building his military complex because he's going to try to stay, boss. All right, here we go.
I want to take a look at the complexity. These are all different rooms down here. They're building a hospital. It's a military hospital. They're building all sorts of research facilities, also meeting rooms and rooms that go hand in hand for the military using the ballroom. And the ballroom is really a shield and protecting all of the things that are built here. This goes, as you see, it's already up to the ground. This goes down very deep. You get a better view right over here. This is down because we've already done these floors. But these are already down 2 floors. That is down about 6 stories deep. That's big stuff. Normally, when you build a ballroom, you build it flat. You just build a ballroom. It would have been built. The complexity of this, and again, it's all knit. It's all knit together between the drone proofing, the missile proofing, we have, and the drone capacity upstairs. We can have all sorts of military up, whether, I hate to use the word snipers, but we have great sniper capacity. It's built for our snipers, not the enemy snipers, our snipers. And because of the height, we get a very clear view of everything all over Washington. Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck, bro? Like they're basically turning the White House into a military hospital and a military outpost and a bomb and missile proof like bunker installation, like self-contained, like why? Who the fuck needs this? When was this ever needed? When has the White House ever been attacked? Never. Right? And now what he was saying is you heard what he was saying right there, that because of the height of the ballroom, that they can put snipers up on that ballroom and like kill anybody outside the White House, anybody outside the grounds, which is like crazy when you think that like the White House is about to be an impenetrable military outpost. Like, okay, why you doing that, bro? Like, yeah, what's he gonna do? He's just gonna decide, hey, I'm not leaving. There's snipers on the roof. Anybody who is within sight of this place is gonna get murdered. You know? Yikes, dude. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's pretty freaky, right? You know, I have not looked at that yet, Ella. Right? I'm going to go make some videos right now. I'm going to go eat some food. I'm going to go doom for a few minutes, I think. I'll be honest. I'm going to go doom for a few minutes, eat some food, and then I'm going to get back on the horse and make some videos. Like, it's a little unnerving, okay? I mean, I just don't. You think this guy's leaving? Does it honestly seem like this guy is building a military hospital and a military installation that's going to be done in like what, a year and a half? And then he's just leaving? He's leaving it for potentially Gavin Newsom or AOC or, right, 𝗍𝗢𝗟𝗏, right? You know what I mean? Like, he's building a bunker and a hospital. I mean, you know, I don't know, dude. This shit is pretty, like, a little bit frightening, guys. Right? I think this, you know, I mean, he's going to barricade himself in there, right? I mean, Rachel's probably not wrong, right? You know what I'm saying? It's pretty. But now this did hit a snag. I think they did hit a snag with the money. Okay? So, dear Maga, we all know this ends in a bunker. I mean, you know, all I can say, dude, is like, if he wants to try, you know, all right, take your shot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I mean, I can't, you know, shoot your shot, Trumpy. Let's go. Shoot your shot, boss. All right. It may end up being go time, dude. I don't know. But we can win the House now and fucking head this off. Okay? That's what we can do. We can definitely win the House now. And you know, we can win the House now this year and put the threat off for a little bit. Think he brings Melania? I don't know, dude. Dude, Melania hates his ass. Let's be real. Right? Melania fucking hates this guy. Melania will eat the cyanide. Dude, like, guys, here's all I can say about this. Dude, Sam, let's go, boss. Thank you, boss. It is, I don't know about you, but it is hard for me to process some of this because I don't think that any of these people have any real loyalty, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, Melania, I do know that Melania, though, is definitely as dirty, okay? Melania is definitely as dirty as Trump is. That is an absolute, I mean, she came to America, she got involved with Epstein and his cronies and those guys deep in the, like, dirty fashion scene, the trafficking scene, and she had no problems. Like she did not pick Trump because he was, like, gonna be good to her. I think she picked Trump because he was a ruthless sociopath, and so is she, okay? I think that's why she picked him, and that's why she's still with him. All the other women left Trump, okay? But Melania is like, no, she's a fucking ruthless, sociopathic nightmare herself, and Trump allows her to have power. But, like, she doesn't really give a shit about him. She just knows that he will fucking, like, right? He'll use his power to protect her power, always. And as long as she never fucking, goes against him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. I think she is fucking psychotic. Dude, she is like those women in Epstein's inner circle who were psychotic, sociopathic abusers, just like he was. And they just had power through Epstein. Power and money, right? But like, yeah, I don't think she gives a shit about Trump, but she gets a lot of power from him. You know what I'm saying? She does. She gets a lot of power, dude. I mean, look at her. She's running around like threatening people with $10 billion lawsuits and having the whole weight of the U.S. government behind her to make James Carville like delete a YouTube video, right? Michael Wolff isn't playing ball, but most people will, like, if Melania comes after him with the government, they're going to be like, oh shit, I'm sorry, I'll say nothing. You know, I mean, she's fucking like, there's not a lot of women that have the full force of the U.S. government backing them if they come and threaten you, especially a woman like her who can't fucking string like 12 words of English together so anyone can understand her. You know what I mean? She can't even speak fucking English, bro. And she could like bring the whole government down on you. Right? Yeah, dude, there's some weird shit going on. I will have you know, guys, like, let me just put this out there, okay? Just so we're very clear here, all right? I am very, like, against AIPAC, okay? And Benjamin Netanyahu, I'm becoming more anti-AIPAC by the day. I am not, however, in some George Soros, like, Jewish cabal fucking mentality. So people that are coming into the chat with these weird Jewish conspiracy theories and fucking saying shit that like all progressives are anti-Semitic and shit, I'm just bouncing them. I'm bouncing your voices out of the chat. I'm not having my chat fill up with some weird either like I'm not pushing with either anti-Semitic conspiracy theory weirdos or the people who are like saying everybody on the left is anti-Semitic. I'm not buying that. I do admit there are some anti-Semitic people that are infiltrating, trying to get into the anti-Zionist movement and trying to use it to hide their shit. But there are Jewish progressives, okay? Like, fuck off. There's a lot of Jewish progressives. You know what I'm saying? So we're not doing any of that weird shit, okay? If you come in here with fucking weird, like weird Jewish cabal shit, or like saying, oh, the whole left are now, you're trying to do the whole Nazi left thing. I'm not buying that shit. Dude, Abby Hoffman. Dude, it's funny. Dude, I got in a discussion with people online and I compared Hassan to Abby Hoffman. That's who Hassan reminds me of. When I think about like Hassan, he really does remind me a little bit of Abby Hoffman, dude. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I don't think he's an enemy. I think he's a useful ally. Dude, right? If you look at like the way, and I mean sometimes he gets, I don't know. I like that shit. Dude, I think guys, I think, I don't know. This sounds crazy, but like we have to be prepared to fight, guys. Okay? You know what I'm saying? We do. We have to be prepared to fight. Okay? And I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if it's going to come to like physical shit or if it's going to come to like stopping paying taxes, seceding, shit like that. But like, I can tell you right now, we're not going to get out of this like these people, these Christian nationalists. We looked at Joel Webbon, the guy who's like, oh yeah, we need less freedom. We need to get rid of freedom of speech. These people are not going to just walk away quietly. These Christian nationalists, like mentally ill rapture chasers, they're not. The Proud Boys are not going to walk away quietly, especially not after they get $1.7 billion. So we may have to be prepared to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like factual. You know, it's becoming more more evident that they're gonna chip away at rights, and you know, they may turn that shit on us at some point. You know, I don't know. I've been debating. I've been internally debating. There's like a shooting range that I know of, and I am debating whether I am thinking about taking some, you know, gun safety and gun usage classes. Like, you know, I'm not going to start stockpiling arms, but I want to, if I need to use a gun, I don't want the first time I grab a gun to be the first time I've ever held one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'm going to go take gun training and just learn how to shoot and get really fucking good with a gun, boss. Just in case, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no harm done there. And that is, you know what I mean? I think it's sensible at this point. Like, we don't know. I don't know if, you know, if a group of Proud Boys are going to show up on my fucking doorstep one day being like, you said something about Trump. Like, yeah, get off my porch, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Get off my porch, bro. Like, I'm telling you now. You Proud Boys have been warned to get off my porch. You know, you want to go? Let's fucking go, baby. Dude, I can just say this, okay? Hopefully, this is not going to spiral out of control. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it won't. But I can tell you this, okay? You ready? I was raised by a man who was in the army. He was in prison. He was a mean, abusive, nasty fucking drunk who would fight anybody at any fucking time, okay? My dad was a fucking sociopath, okay? He was not a pleasant man to be around. But I was not raised to back down, okay? That was not a part of my upbringing, was to fucking, you know, and it's been that way. If I have bosses, if I have people that are abusers, if I fucking have seen guys pushing women around, I was not raised to fucking walk away and not like fight. I was raised to fucking, you know, to stick. You know what I mean? And that's just, you know, that's how I feel. I don't know. I don't walk away from shit. And I'm not going to walk away from this shit either while a bunch of Christian nationalists try to shove Bibles up our asses. You know, I'm not. You know, that's not how I was raised. You know? Learn how to use a tourniquet, first aid. I know how to use a tourniquet. Dude, I was a Boy Scout. All right? I got my fucking arrow light, baby. All right? Dude, I'm good. I'm good in the woods, guys. All right? Let me just tell you. Dude, I'm like a cockroach when it comes to survival skills. Dude, I am. I'm lucky that way. We were sort of raised, you know what I mean? I mean, I grew up in a small town in Wisconsin, so I know how to fish. I know how to like fillet fish. I know how to like survive in the wild. You know what I'm saying? Right? You know what I'm saying? I do. I know how to survive in the wild. I do. I'm good. Right? But I hope it doesn't come to that, guys. You know what I'm saying? I hope it doesn't come to that. I really don't. I feel like we're in a modern world. hopefully it's not going to come to that. But my thing is like, I don't even think it's going to come to that. I just think if it does, I don't want to be like behind the curve. You know what I'm saying? But I really, though, I mean, we have to look at this election and we have to try to win the House. And then we got to figure like, what's our long-term strategy going to be here? You know what I'm saying? You know, I think at some point we do have to consider starving the federal government of money if Trump is like abusing that funds. If he's, you know, if he's spending that money instead of Congress, then we have to stop giving him money. You know, I mean, have we looked at the national debt counter? Or have we hit 40 yet? Dude, where are we at now? 39, still at 39.2 trillion. Jesus, dude. Every taxpayer in America is $357,000 in debt. The Massie loss was the primary, yes. Yeah, the Massie loss was a primary. This was, everything today was primaries. All the losses were primaries. I will say this, guys. I mean, it's possible that some of these Trump MAGA people are going to win the primary and lose the actual election. I mean, we don't know. But right now, I do know that I'm going to go eat some food. I'm going to go doom for a bit, eat some food, and then I'm going to get back on the horse. I'm going to make videos, and you know, we're going to get our shit going. You live in Scotland? How is it in Scotland? We're going to have to talk about that. Let's talk about that tomorrow. I'm curious what the rest of the world is going through with this. You know, yeah, no, I know Massie running as an independent could get interesting, right? It could get interesting, guys. Like, I don't know if he can still do that. I don't know if he can still run as an independent, but that could be really interesting if he split the Republican vote. I mean, dude, we got to do some fuckery though now, guys. I think this though, guys, you ready? I think when we get the government back, we have to go scorched earth. Okay? Period. When we get the government back, it is time to go scorched earth. Like 1964, send in the National Guard, dude. Right? You know, I mean, don't you think like scorched earth for freedom? I mean, we have to expand the court. We have to fucking like start taxing the fucking wealthy people. We have to reevaluate every government contract, all that fucking Palantir shit. Like we need to fucking ensconce abortion rights. You know, we have to do some significant fucking, you know, civil protections and shit. You know? Yeah, dude, everything. No, I agree with that. Every fucking thing that has Trump's name on it is done. His name off every building, his name off every website. If there's money with his name on it, we're fucking burning it. Anything that's got his name or his image, his likeness, any mention of him or his family is getting fucking in the burn bag. Dude, like 100%. Every program that he initiated is going to get detonated and destroyed. Everybody that aided and abetted his corruption needs to be prosecuted. Like, dude, all of these people, let them move to Argentina, bro. Or they can move to fucking Israel. I don't care. They can move to Tel Aviv, boss. Let them go, dude. Tel Aviv, you know, Saudi Arabia, UAE, have at it. All right, Qatar, I hear Qatar is fucking, you know, they got plenty of room, dude. Get gone, motherfuckers. Dude, let's go. Oh, shit. All right. You ready? You ready for the dance party? Let's get this shit going, boss. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. No holes barred, yes. Dude. Let's go. I know somebody said a shirt with sleeves. I know. You know why I'm wearing a shirt with sleeves, guys? So I got to tell you, it was because we went out tonight. Okay, we did. We went to a somebody we know is have their book. They're independently releasing a book. So we went out to a reading of an author's, like the book's release party. So that's why I'm wearing a shirt with with sleeves, right? Because we actually went out. Oh shit. We're being social. Don't let those guns shine. I do let those guns shine, but not when I go to, an event where people are clothed, right? Dude, I wear a sleeve t-shirt. Still a t-shirt though. It wasn't formal. It was like, summery get together, right? If it had been nice, I would have been wearing a suit jacket, but. All right, you guys ready? You ready for a little deja vu? Oh! Here we go, baby! Come and get it! Dude, let's go! Dude, we're gonna keep it together, baby! We're gonna keep it together, dude! Fuck these guys! We will revolt! All right, we will! Dude, we're gonna revolt, baby! Let's go! Oh! so out of breath, bro. Dude, it's like 100 degrees in here. Dude. It is gonna be so fucking hot, guys, in the summer. Like, dude, it's already so hot in here. All right, I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I know today, I don't know, to me it felt a little bit like a setback with all of their gloating about fucking Trump and Maga and all this shit. We got our work cut out for us, all right? I love you guys. I think there were some wins today. We'll talk about it, you know, tomorrow and the next couple days. Don't forget, we have Candace Owens and Hunter Biden coming on Thursday, right? It's Wednesday right now. Tomorrow's show will be Wednesday, today's show. But then Thursday is going to be, that will be interesting. That is going to be a thorn in Maga's side. I mean, dude, just buckle up, guys, okay? I'm telling you right now, we haven't seen anything yet, okay? I would not be surprised if there's like ICE agents roaming, you know, polling stations and shit. It is gonna get fucking hairy in this election. I mean, Trump is like fighting for his fucking life. They are trying so hard to like cover the Epstein files. Like whatever's in there, man, is like bad, obviously, all right? So, dude, this shit it's going to be wild, all right? So buckle up, right? We're in it to win it, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. In the meantime, be radiant. Love you. Bye-bye.
I just want to change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't want to hang around. I'd rather be found. It gets better. I wonder my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down. I'd rather be found. It gets better.